Yes, we were doing thermal expansion. So there are three types of thermal expansion. कौन सी? Spherical, superficial. Third one is cubical. Linear, superficial, cubical expansion. Linear expansion when length changes, size in terms of length we can say changes on heating, then the expansion is linear. When area of any object increases on heating, we say this is superficial expansion, and when volume of any object increases on heating, we say that is cubical expansion. Okay, so cubical expansion is related to increase in volume of an object on heating. Okay, so we were doing superficial expansion. Superficial expansion is related to increase in area on heating. For example, heating a metallic sheet. Heating a metallic sheet whose length and breadth both will increase, both will change on heating. That means its area will increase on heating. So metal sheet, hollow sphere, etc. Disc, all the two-dimensional objects you can quote as an example. Now, coefficient of superficial expansion. Coefficient of superficial expansion is denoted by symbol beta, and this is defined as change in area per unit original area per unit change in temperature. Per unit change in temperature. There it was length, here it is change in area. So we can write A2 minus A1 upon A1 delta T. So it becomes change in area. A2 minus A1, A2 is the new area, A1 is the original area. So delta T refers to change in temperature here. It refers to change in temperature here. What will be the unit of beta? We calculated the unit of coefficient of linear expansion yesterday. Same way, we can calculate the unit of beta also. क्या होगा beta का unit? Again, per degree Celsius, मान लिया raise hand, per degree Celsius और per Kelvin. Area का unit cancel out हो जाएगा. Again, per degree Celsius or per Kelvin. That will be the unit of beta. Coefficient of superficial expansion. Third is cubical expansion. Third is cubical expansion. So when the change in volume takes place on heating, when volume of any object increases on heating, then we call it cubical expansion. So suppose a cuboid is heated or a cube is heated. The length, breadth and thickness, all the three change. On heating, all the three will change: length, breadth and thickness. Thermal expansion has three types we did yesterday: linear, superficial, cubical expansion. Linear का coefficient हमने कल define कर लिया था, आज superficial और cubical. So coefficient of cubical expansion is denoted by symbol gamma, and it is change in volume per unit original volume per unit change in temperature. V2 minus V1 per unit original volume per unit change in temperature, and again you can check on calculating, its unit is also per degree Celsius or per Kelvin. Its unit is also per Kelvin or per degree Celsius, because again volume will cancel out, unit of volume will cancel out in denominator and numerator. So these are three definitions related to cubical expansion. Another example can be heating a solid sphere, heating a solid cylinder. heating a cuboid, heating a cube. In all these cases, volume will be changing because the 3 dimensions will be changing. Fine. These 3 definitions are clear. All right. नहीं होता, आप फ्री टाइम में जाओगे, ब्रेक होती है. So now we are going to derive relation between beta and alpha. Relation between two coefficients. Relation between beta and alpha. Then we will find relation between gamma and alpha. Relation between two coefficients of expansion. So suppose we are heating a metal plate whose original length is L, breadth is B. So what is original area of the sheet? Original area of rectangular sheet before heating. Before heating, what is original area of rectangular sheet? Let us say L naught B naught. Original area is L A naught is equal to L naught B naught. This is equation number 1. So we have written the area first of all before heating. This step is clear? Okay. Is this step fine? All right. Now we heat it. So A naught is L naught B naught. After we heat, suppose the length also increases, breadth also increases. New length is L and new breadth is B now. And after heating, new area is A. After heating, A is LB. This is equation number 2. Before heating, after heating, we have just written. Now change in length is also linear, change in breadth is also linear. वो भी एक side है, वो भी एक side. So let us use coefficient of linear expansion for length. Alpha can be written as new length L minus previous length. Original length is L naught per unit original length over change in temperature. Can we write like this? Alpha can be write like this. By definition, we are doing it in the rough. L minus L naught after cross multiplication, it is alpha L naught delta T. Take this minus L naught on that side. It will be L is equal to L naught plus alpha L naught delta T. Or how will you write new length? L naught 1 plus alpha delta T. So see how we have written new length in terms of change in temperature. Because the change in length was linear. Same way we can write new breadth also. After heating, new breadth similarly can be written as B is equal to B naught 1 plus alpha delta T. Similarly, new breadth can also be written like this. You can do the same treatment for breadth. Multiplication. And how can we write new area? A naught 1 plus beta delta T. Because if we do the same treatment for areas, here in place of alpha we will have beta. A2, A minus A naught over A naught delta T. So same way we can write A also. But here the difference is coefficient of expansion is superficial. In case of area, coefficient of expansion is superficial. So put in all these values in equation number 2. See all the steps? Clear? So put all these things A, L, B in equation number 2. We get A naught 1 plus beta delta T, L naught 1 plus alpha delta T, B naught 1 plus alpha delta T. Or you can write L naught B naught 1 plus alpha delta T whole square. Is this step clear? ये 2 बार है ना, लेंथ में भी है ब्रेड्थ में भी, तो इसको हमने स्क्वायर कर दिया। ये L नॉट B नॉट बाहर निकाल लिया और ये दोनों कंबाइन कर लिए, स्क्वायर हो गया। हाँ, क्योंकि इन दोनों में लीनियर चेंज हो रहा है ना, लेंथ में भी चेंज लीनियर है, ब्रेड्थ में भी, दोनों साइड। नाउ फ्रॉम इक्वेशन नंबर 1 A नॉट इज L नॉट B नॉट, कैंसल आउट। यूजिंग इक्वेशन नंबर 1 A नॉट इज L नॉट B नॉट, so 1 plus beta delta T, apply A plus B whole square. A square means 1 square is 1 plus alpha square delta T square plus 2 alpha delta T, using A plus B whole square. See, is this step clear? We ignore the term containing delta T square. Reason being delta T is very small, its square will be still smaller. मैं ऊपर लिख देती हूँ. हाँ, put in equation number 2B. So we ignore this term containing delta T square because delta T is small, its square will be still smaller. 0.1 को मल्टीप्लाई करो 0.01 आ जाएगा, तो सिग्निफिकेंट फिगर के अकॉर्डिंग कई बार वो काउंटिंग में भी नहीं आता साथ में, तो इसको हम इग्नोर करते हैं। 1 also gets cancelled, we get beta delta T is 2 alpha delta T. Delta T cancel out, so we get relation between alpha and beta. Beta is 2 alpha. So coefficient of superficial expansion is twice the coefficient of linear expansion. अल्फा स्क्वायर डेल्टा टी स्क्वायर ये तो इग्नोर कर दिया ना, ये टर्म 0 पुट कर दी, क्योंकि डेल्टा टी स्क्वायर इज वेरी स्मॉल, इसको 0 पुट किया, पूरी टर्म 0 होगी ना। आपका डेल्टा टी स्क्वायर हमने 0 पुट कर दिया, पूरी टर्म 0 हो जाएगी ना, पूरी टर्म इग्नोर होगी। वी इग्नोर द टर्म कंटेनिंग डेल्टा टी स्क्वायर, ठीक है। So beta is 2 alpha, this is the desired relation. Fine, देख लो, एक बार डाउट है तो पूछो। Same way you will derive relation between gamma and alpha. Same way you will derive relation between gamma and alpha also. Just in place of rectangular sheet, now you will be taking a cube. Cube of LBH, length, breadth and certain thickness. उसको हीट करिए and one hint, cubical expansion will be involved for volume. So in place of area here, you will be taking volume there, right? So let us do it. You also do on your copy. Relation between gamma and alpha. कर दो अब ये। Relation between gamma and alpha. So take a cube now. Of some length, some breadth. इसको लेंथ ले लेते हैं, ये ब्रेड्थ हो गई, ये थिकनेस। So before heating, what is original volume of this cube? That is L naught, B naught, H naught. Before heating. After heating, LBH, suppose इसकी dimensions increase हो गई, ठीक है? It gets expanded, new length, new height and new breadth are B. So new volume is LBH. Again you can write L is L naught 1 plus alpha delta t. The change is linear. B is B naught 1 plus alpha delta t. And height is also linear. Height is also another side. Its change is also linear. But volume, in that case, gamma is involved. Coefficient of cubical expansion is involved. So put in all these values in equation number 2 and solve for it. Chalo batao. Solve this yourself and tell me what is the relation between gamma and alpha. In place of a plus b whole square, you have to use a plus b whole cube. क्योंकि क्यूबिकल चेंज हो रहा है ना, अब वॉल्यूम में चेंज हो रहा है, अब 3 डायमेंशन में चेंज, तो चेंज इन वॉल्यूम इज कॉल्ड क्यूबिकल एक्सपेंशन. यहाँ पे क्यूबिकल आएगा गामा. So putting the values, करो तो ऐसे ही L नॉट बी नॉट एच नॉट इधर आ जाएगा, 1 प्लस अल्फा डेल्टा टी का क्यूब हो जाएगा. सेम वे आई हैव स्किप्ड वन स्टेप हियर. पहले अलग अलग पुट कर दो, फिर इनको इकट्ठे करो. नाउ वी नॉट इज L नॉट बी नॉट एच नॉट. सॉल्व a plus b whole cube, a cube plus b cube plus 3ab square plus 3a square b. थ्री ए स्क्वायर बी, ये स्क्वायर. We ignore term containing delta t cube, delta t square because they are very small. We ignore these two terms. Delta t square, delta t cube, these terms are ignored. One also gets cancelled. So gamma delta t is 3 alpha delta t. Delta t also gets cancelled. So we have this relation gamma is equal to 3 alpha. So this is relation between alpha, beta and gamma and alpha. But say again the same reason, the term containing delta t square is 0, that is ignored, and term containing पूरी term ignored. Clear? Have a look at this derivation once again. So what is the relation between alpha, beta and gamma? All the three together. So relation between alpha, beta and gamma. You know, alpha is to beta is to gamma. Beta is 2 alpha and gamma is 3 alpha. So 1 is to 2 is to 3. So alpha, beta, gamma, they bear this ratio 1 is to 2 is to 3. Okay? बाकी रिलेशन निकालना है तो आप लिख सकते हो बीटा इज इक्वल टू 2 अल्फा, ठीक है, एंड गामा इज इक्वल टू 3 अल्फा. So alpha is equal to beta by 2. Put this value here. Gamma is equal to 3 beta by 2. So this way 2 gamma is equal to 3 beta. Any relation. So this is relation between beta and gamma. Same way you can also find any other relation that you want. So you have these. So this was about thermal expansion. This was all about thermal expansion. Next topic is latent heat. ये तो अल्फा इस टू बीटा इस टू गामा की वैल्यू को कर दी, बीटा टू अल्फा गामा टू ये रेशो। अदरवाइज यू कैन हैव दिस टाइप ऑफ रेशो। गामा और बीटा में नहीं ना पता था, वो आपकी बात है। फाइन। So next topic is latent heat. L. Latent word means hidden. So this is the heat that is hidden in the substance itself. Okay. For example, you have ice in a container. Okay. After you use a thermometer to check the temperature, it will give you 0 degrees Celsius. Now ice starts melting. You go on noting the temperature after every 5 minutes. There is some ice in the container, there is some liquid also, but still you will see the thermometer will read 0 degrees Celsius. But when all the ice has been converted into water, after that the temperature will start rising. But till the ice is being converted into water, till the state is being changed from solid to liquid, till then the temperature will reduce. So that means which heat is hidden in the substance, which heat is hidden in ice, that is changing its state, but it is not visible through the thermometer. Temperature is not changing. तो ये कौन सी हीट है जो टेम्परेचर चेंज नहीं कर रही पर स्टेट चेंज हो रही है? That heat is hidden in the substance itself. That is called latent heat. Same way we start boiling water. ठीक है, वाटर को बॉईल करना स्टार्ट करते हैं, वाटर वेपर दे स्टार्ट गेटिंग फॉर्म। तो आप थर्मोमीटर रखिए कंटेनर में, जब तक वाटर बॉईल हो रहा है आप देखोगे कि इट विल रीड 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस, 100 से ज्यादा नहीं होगा। तो कौन सी हीट है जिससे टेम्परेचर चेंज नहीं हो रहा बट स्टेट कंटिन्यूअसली चेंज होती है? लिक्विड से वेपर में कंटिन्यूअसली चेंज हो रहा है बट टेम्परेचर में हमें कोई चेंज नहीं दिख रहा। तो विच हीट इज डूइंग दिस? दैट इज कॉल्ड लेटेंट। सो देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ लेटेंट हीट। लेटेंट हीट ऑफ फ्यूजन, मेल्टिंग, जो फर्स्ट केस में था, एंड इन दिस केस लेटेंट हीट ऑफ वेपोराइजेशन. So there are two types of heat. All right. So write down the definition of latent heat first. Latent heat. Amount of heat required. It is the amount of heat required to change the state of a substance. It is the amount of heat required to change the state of a substance without any change in temperature. It is the amount of heat required to change the state of a substance without any change in temperature. Without any change in temperature. Okay, so there are two types of latent heat. Latent heat of fusion and latent heat of vaporization. So how do we define latent heat of fusion? So just you have to mention the change in state. Rest of the definition will remain the same in both the cases. For example, I tell you what is latent heat of fusion. Amount of heat required to change the state of a substance from solid to liquid. बस ये mention करना है कि कौन सी में state किस में change हो, ठीक है? Amount of heat required to change the state of a substance from solid to liquid without any change in temperature. Without any change in temperature, that is called latent heat of fusion. And latent heat of vaporization क्या होगी? Amount of heat required to change the state of a substance from liquid to vapor without any change in temperature. So just you have to mention which state is changing into another state. Fine, clear? So we have the formula, related formula. Q is equal to ml. Q is quantity of heat. Q is quantity of heat here. So what will be the unit of latent heat? It is joule per kilogram. So the unit of latent heat is joule per kg. Okay. This thing you have done in lower classes. Same way, after latent heat, we have specific heat. Another type is also there, specific heat, denoted by C. Specific heat. क्या होती है specific heat? It is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of unit mass of substance through 1 degree Celsius or through 1 Kelvin. ये जो आप लोअर क्लासेस से डेफिनेशन करते आए हो, यूनिट मास ले रहे हैं, 1 kg भी हो सकता है, 1 ग्राम भी हो सकता है. अकॉर्डिंगली वी कैन राइट द यूनिट. So write down the definition. Specific heat. It is the amount of heat required to change the temperature of unit mass of a substance. Amount of heat required to change the temperature of, you have to raise the temperature of unit mass of a substance through 1 degree Celsius or 1 Kelvin. That is called specific heat. That is called specific heat. For example, specific heat of water, it is very large. Specific heat of water is 4.2 joule per gram per degree Celsius. या फिर आप कह सकते हो 4200 if you use this unit, joule per kg per degree Celsius. ओके, आप इसको ऐसे भी लिख सकते हो, ये पर में है दोनों. So water is having a large specific heat. That's why water, it is a reservoir of, you can say, temperature. Reservoir of heat, आप कह सकते हो. Water is used the most for heating and cooling purposes because it is a reservoir. It's having a large specific heat. So large amount of heat is required to change the temperature of unit mass of water to 1 degree Celsius. A large amount of heat is required. Means it's very difficult to change the temperature of water. So that is why it is used for most heating and cooling purposes. So almost हर substance में हम water जो है वो use कर लेते हैं, right? So what is the desired expression? Q is equal to mc delta T. Quantity of heat in terms of specific heat we write like this. This also you have done in lower classes. M is mass, quantity of heat, specific heat, change in temperature. This is change in temperature. So what is the unit of specific heat? Q by m delta T. Joule. Heat का unit joule. Mass का kg. And temperature का suppose हमने degree Celsius लिया. So this way we get the unit of specific heat. Joule per kg per degree Celsius. Or we can also express in joule per gram per degree Celsius. Yeah, even in per Kelvin. So accordingly, you have to take temperature in that unit. If it is per Kelvin, you will take temperature in Kelvin. If it is per degree Celsius, you will take temperature in degree. Clear? Now there is a different thing, molar specific heat. Now we start a new thing, molar specific heat of a gas. Next definition is molar specific heat of a gas. It is denoted by capital C. Now how do we define that? By the name it is clear. Amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of a gas. Molar means 1 mole. And it is for a gas. So amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of a gas through 1 degree Celsius. That is called molar specific heat. Write down. It is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of a gas through 1 degree Celsius. Amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of a gas through 1 degree Celsius. that is called molar specific heat of a gas. All right, so we write Q is equal to NC dt. C may be CV also, may be CP also. So there are two types of molar specific heat. There are two types, CP and CV. CP means molar specific heat at constant pressure. Molar specific heat at constant pressure, and CV is molar specific heat at constant volume. Molar specific heat at constant volume. Now how you will define? Same way you will define it. सपोज हमने Cp को डिफाइन करना है, बाकी सारी डेफिनेशन सेम होगी, बस एंड में आपने बोल देना एट कांस्टेंट प्रेशर. So listen to me. What is the statement of definition of Cp? Molar specific heat at constant pressure. It is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of a gas through 1 degree Celsius at constant pressure. बस कितना टेस्ट करना है. और Cv कैसे होगी? At constant volume. This way you can define Cp and Cv. So listen once again. Cp is amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of a gas at constant pressure. And Cv is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of a gas at constant volume through 1 degree Celsius. Got it? Definitions are clear? Students, definitions are clear? Gursimar? Alright. And Cp is always greater than Cv. There is a question of debate that why is Cp greater than Cv? आपने सुना होगा मेयर्स फॉर्मूला. Have you heard? मेयर्स फॉर्मूला क्या होता है बताओ? केमिस्ट्री में किया नहीं आपने? Cp minus Cv equal to R, where R is universal gas constant. So Cp is R times greater than Cv. You can say, अगर आप इसको उधर ले जाओ तो Cv से कितना greater है Cp? Through a factor of R. Now the question is, why is Cp greater than Cv? This formula is called Mayor's formula. Very important formula in thermodynamics. हाँ, आगे भी यूज होगा. We will be deriving it. All right. तो क्वेश्चन मैं आपको बता रही थी Cp Cv से ग्रेटर क्यों होगा? क्योंकि क्लियर है, जब हम कांस्टेंट वॉल्यूम में गैस को हीट करेंगे, हम उसका वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज नहीं होने दे रहे. ठीक है, वॉल्यूम अगर हम इंक्रीज नहीं होने दे रहे, यू नो व्हाट इज वर्क डन? वर्क डन आप लिख सकते हो फोर्स इनटू डिस्प्लेसमेंट. स्मॉल अमाउंट ऑफ वर्क डन. फोर्स को यू कैन राइट प्रेशर इनटू एरिया. What is area into thickness? That is volume. So work done by a gas or work done on a gas, that depends upon change in volume. Work done by a gas or work done on the gas, that depends upon change in volume. Since volume does not change in case of Cv, no extra heat is to be supplied. तो यहाँ पे वर्क करना ही नहीं पड़ता इस केस में, तो इसलिए ज्यादा हीट नहीं चाहिए, वर्क करना नहीं पड़ेगा. पर Cp के केस में, कांस्टेंट प्रेशर के केस में वॉल्यूम भी चेंज हो रहा है, so we have to do some work against expansion of the gas only, because on heating gas will expand, so work has to be done against expansion also. So इसमें more heat is required to do that extra work. So in words, this way we can justify that Cp is greater than Cv. We will prove it mathematically also, पर words में clear है आपको? Because this is a conceptual question also. This is a conceptual question also. Clear है words में? पता लग गया ना? क्योंकि work is also done at constant pressure because gas expands on heating. So we have to do some work against